Hello, welcome back. This is a test stream, but one I might still go ahead and publish. Right now I'm playing with recording settings for capture. I had it set on high quality, medium file size, high quality, but I wasn't quite happy with the look of the Wargroove video, so I bumped it up to indistinguishable quality, large file size, and we will see how that goes. Also, I'd like this to be a slightly longer recording, 45 minutes to an hour. Not quite an endurance recording. Kind of is for me, but okay. So, let's see. Set. No, we'll do 150. Oh yeah, I was playing around with a different setup the other day. You know what? I usually go Peach, but let's go with my Mii. Oh, my Mii's still red. I had updated it, but it hasn't updated in Mario Kart. That's alright. Where's the bikes? That glow past Comet. The Ghost Rider. Yeah, I like this. And then my red Slims. And I'm not picky about my glider. Ooh, that could be fun. Alright. So do we want to do normal tracks, retro tracks, or DLC tracks? Let's do normal. Retro, I mean to say. Alright, Moo Moo Meadows. I was actually doing a test recording on this course a couple of days ago, but I did not publish that one. So you don't get to see it. That's just for me. Yeah, honestly, you know, this whole project is kind of spurred by Metroid Dread. I would like to do some other games besides Dread. But yeah, Dread coming out was the hard deadline I had for getting my recording game together so I could cover Dread. Because it's just kind of more fun to play a game with a person, even if it's a single player game. They can ooh and ah and oh I didn't see that, and you can comment on it. Yeah, since it's a recording, I'm still here by myself, but I can comment verbally, and maybe if someone like you watching this video wants to see it, it'll be something. How am I doing? Oh, I'm only in second. Who's ahead of me? I don't see anyone. Oh, okay, Dry Bones keeps trying to inch on me. Okay. Milk. I love milk. That's what it comes from living in good old Missouri. A lot of dairy farms out here. Well, maybe not lots, but this is farm country. Missouri's also a wine producer. A lot of people don't know that. I'm really not a wine connoisseur. I'm kind of a teetotaler myself. It's just a lifestyle choice. It's not. I don't have any like weird moral objections to it or anything, but yeah, I just never got into it. So I don't know how good Missouri wine actually is. You don't hear about it like you hear about California wine, but you know, California's California. What are you gonna do? Ooh, a green shell. These can be tricky, but I've gotten a little better at manual aiming. Oh, here it comes. Take me. Okay. And there goes Dry Bones. Hail Mary throw. Failed. Alright, I'll take my silver. That's the voice they have for me? I should have gone with Peach. Well, I'm not gonna change it now. We're gonna keep going. Okay, I actually had the GBA Mario Kart. It was like the SNES original Mario Kart, in that it was, mode 7 scaling. So that's like a... I'm not super technical on this, but I believe you draw a flat map as a graphic, and then you can define boundaries on it, and the system dynamically rotates it in such a way to create the race course. It's the same trick they did to do with F-Zero. That was kind of a big deal back in the 16-bit days, and the SNES could do it and the Genesis could not. But it all seems very quaint now, in the era of full HD 3D, so... I mean, have we hit the apex of graphic fidelity? I mean, not on the Switch. The Switch is still a bit underpowered compared to the rest of everything on the market. But just in general, do things look as real as they possibly can now? That was a graphical benchmark for so long. How can you make things real? Now we're kind of there, so it doesn't matter anymore. In fact, some of these cartoonier, stylized games are more popular than like the really realistic ones. Why did I put my red shell behind me? Like that was gonna do anything to help me with the blue shell. There's only one defeater for a blue shell in the game. It's the horn, and I think that's a pretty rare drop. So yeah, definitely gonna be doing Metroid Dread here in a few days. I'm gonna stay up late, do it at launch. I'm gonna be looking through YouTube audio stuff because I don't have the money to get custom music, to get something nice and eerie to open the recording with. Yeah, yay! And because that's part of what I want to do. I want to do primarily games I haven't played before on this channel. Because previously, it would be the sort of thing like, oh, I want to show some of my favorite games to people. And now I'm kind of at a point where, like, I'm kind of bored with all the old games, so I want to play new stuff. I'm not saying I won't do old games. Actually, I had wanted to do a Metroid replay on the road to Dread, where I played all the 2D Metroids in preparation. It's like a September-long marathon to get up to Dread, and that would have been fun. But that idea didn't pan out, primarily because mundane reasons delayed the, just life things delayed the start of this channel relaunch project. And I only just now got my capture card. But I got it now, so we'll just start with Dread. And besides that, like, everyone's doing the 2D Metroid replay now, so it won't really be so special. I mean, I would have liked to have done it on screen. I've played all of them before, for a long time. I was there at the launch of Fusion, and I played Super Metroid very shortly post-launch. I played played Metroid 2, the original, on the original Game Boy, not at launch, a couple years later. So, the franchise is very near and dear to my heart. Actually, the original Metroid, the NES one, is the only one I haven't really played all the way through, of the 2D ones. I actually haven't played Prime Echoes all the way through either. But that's kind of a different, another story. But yeah, maybe I'll get into that another time. Gotta admit, it's a little bit hard to keep the commentary up on this kind of gameplay video, because I'm not playing with anyone, this is just against the computer. And, yeah, there's no story, there's no events. I prefer, like, single-player games. Again, this is mostly just a test screen. I want to see how my computer handles doing a larger file size. Okay, got first place there. Is that enough to put me in first place overall? It is. Nice. Okay, what's next? What is next? Habada. Does the OLED load faster? Oh, Toad's Turnpike, I remember this. This is always kind of an interesting one. Well, this brings up a question. So the Mario Kart games take place in the Mario Kart universe, in the Super Mario universe. Except for like some of the DLC courses, which are very much take place in other Nintendo franchises, like Animal Crossing and Zelda and so forth. But this is Mario themed, but this is like a city. So are we to assume that there are areas of the Mushroom Kingdom which are modern and urbanized cars and stuff, like what we're seeing here? I feel like the games have gone back and forth on this, because, like in the mainline Mario Adventure games, you kind of get a pseudo-medieval feeling, a little bit of fantasy going on, like there's no electrical appliances. And then, like in Luigi's Mansion 3, they all drive to the hotel on the bus, so that's kind of weird. Although, okay, yeah, even before that, Odyssey had New Donk City. And I remember people flipping out about that. It's like, it's a city in a Mario? I guess the clues had been there all along. There's this turnpike. There was a course in Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, which is recreated in this title, called Neo Bowser City, I believe. And it's in like Bowser, somewhere in Bowser's Kingdom, there's like a big weird cyberpunk city that you drive through in that course. Okay, I'm back in first place. Well, not really. Yeah, this is a little harder than I thought. But yeah, that's why I'm doing these test streams. I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to play. And if I want to do this project, at some point I'm going to have to learn how to walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm on 4th or 5th crack of this cup. But it's kind of precisely because this is just a racing game. I guess that was the 4th. I can't remember what was after Moo Moo Farms. That's a little distressing. Yeah. But that is kind of the thing with this game, since it's no story, it's just pure gameplay. You know, it's a good game for me to kind of chill and veg out on. That's what I mainly play it as. Nice. Alright. So, you know, I generally like things with intense or at least moderate amounts of story. I mean, technically most of the Metroid games aren't very story intensive too. They tend to have story setups. But this is the direct sequel to Fusion, and that was the story intensive Okay, now I remember. That was the story-intensive Metroid game. Which is a real shame that Nintendo has not put that or Zero Mission, which is the remake of Metroid 1, on the Switch in any kind of official way. I don't know what they're thinking. I was getting my hopes up ahead of this most recent September Direct, because there were all these rumors. Game Boy's finally coming to Switch. Even then, the rumors were like, well, Game Boy and Game Boy Color, not Game Boy Advance. And I would prefer all of Game Boy, but it's like, yeah, Game Boy Color, that's something. But then the Direct came was like, oh, it's N64, which had also been rumored too. But yeah, everyone's like, oh, N64, that's even better than Game Boy. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I was kind of hoping for Game Boy. But you see, that's the thing about being as old as I am. A lot of people saw those games like, oh, yeah, I've heard of those. There's a lot of great ones on there I've heard of, but I've never played them. It's my chance to finally play them on the Switch. And that doesn't really affect me, because I've played those games on the N64. And a lot of them I played again on the GameCube, a lot of them I played again on the Wii, and then on the Wii U, some of them even on the DS and 3DS. But what I'm saying is, those N64 games everyone's excited about, I've kind of played the crap out of. So, I've played the Game Boy games less. I've played a lot of those too, though. So that's why I was a little more excited anyway. But yeah, and even more than Game Boy Advance, Nintendo really needs to figure out what they're going to do with Game Boy Advance to really put some stuff out on the Switch. But to be honest, I've been looking at what they're doing, and I really think their strategy with the Game Boy generation is just to remake all of them, or a lot of them. Because if you look at a lot of the stuff on Game Boy, it's like there was Link's Awakening remade on the Switch. There's rumors that Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons will also be remade on Switch, which makes too much sense for them to not do, although usually when something makes too much sense for them to not do, that's when Nintendo won't do it. And then Metroid 2, another Game Boy classic, remade as Samus Returns on the 3DS. And Samus Returns needs to be ported to the Switch. I'm kind of hoping that if the sales hold for Dread and it does well, Nintendo will throw Samus Returns onto the Switch sometime next year. I'd like to show that to people too, but it's on the 3DS, and there's not a good way to stream 3DS games, unfortunately. I might try at some point, see what I can rig up, but it's still a dicey prospect. Okay, recording still looks good. Ooh, this is from the SNES. Yeah, the SNES courses. Well, maybe not all, but this one has been kind of retouched pretty heavily, because those early pseudo 2D courses really needed a lot of work to be in something like Mario Kart 8. That's why it's like, yeah, for a while the Mario Karts have had retro courses, but they're not like direct data rips or ports. They have to like remake courses, so it's just more about bringing classics everyone likes to newer titles, so they can keep up. There we go. I was gonna tag her with a shot, but it's like, I'm catching up to her anyway. You know, I think, you know, my Ina from Hololive was doing Mario Kart 8 with members today. You know, where you have a chance to get in on that. And I was actually thinking about it, you know, doing that. But one, there's like far from any guarantee that I'd actually get in and do a contest with her. It's like, with the followers she has, that's like lottery winning odds. And two, it's like, as much as I wanted to play with her, it's like, it probably would be rude to record my end of it and put it on my channel. I'm not totally up on the etiquette and this kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, without asking her, and I am so not big enough to ask her, I decided not to. Okay. Well, I'm still holding my first place, even though I got a second place in that. Yeah, I'm playing on 150cc, which is still pretty darn forgiving. If you're competent in your Mario Karting, you won't struggle. Not really. Beep, derp, doop, beep. Okay, here we go. This is a pretty course. What are those, cherry blossoms? I'm not enough of a Japanophile to know for sure, although I'm getting there. Yeah, when kids of my age started getting into anime because of Toonami, I went the other way. I went with superhero cartoons, stuff like Justice League Unlimited, which I do not regret getting into Justice League Unlimited. That show is awesome. But I do kind of, like, everyone else is learning Dragon Ball Z. Like, I could have learned Dragon Ball Z. And I didn't. So I'm behind the curve with anime on everyone. Oh, I thought okay, well, now I got her, but I thought I really could have tagged Cat Peach with that. Take that villager. Alright. I'm not sure, how I feel about non-Mario characters being in this game. Like, I just passed up Link. It's like they're going halfway to making this like a all-Nintendo Smash Racing, but not really. I think that'll be the next one, where it'll be Smash Racing, and it won't just be Mario anymore. I mean, in theory, that could open up some other stuff, but you'd worry about tone, like if certain characters would fit that, but, you know, maybe we're past those kind of concerns. That never bothered, stuff like, what is it, Smash Brothers. The name escaped me for a moment. Oh, how dare I. How did I do that? I was thinking I'd use that coin, but I wasted a perfectly good red shell. There we go. Ooh. Alright, what was the last course in this cup? Can't remember. It's been a long time since I played the Retro Cup. Oh, Donkey Kong! Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is on the 3DS, too. Yeah, Mario Kart games is one of those games that iterates more than its sequels. Like, I remember really liking and being into Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. And then I got Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. I did not have the Wii U version. And it's like, oh yeah, and that had some of the good 3DS courses in it. Then I went back to 3DS, it's like, oh, this is like painfully slow. I didn't think it was that slow, but yeah, this is just so much better. Do a barrel roll. That is one thing I'm happy about. Why I'm happy N64 is coming to Switch. Star Fox 64. I don't want to say that's the only good Star Fox game, but it's not the only good Star Fox game. You know, and I can do a recording of that when that becomes available. Man, Zoomers are gonna freak when they play that. That game was a font of memes. They don't know what they've been missing. I mean, the memes from that one were so strong that they know even some of the big ones, even though they don't know where it comes from or the context. Yeah, as I've gotten into my old age, that's kind of some of the fun of seeing games re-released. Not replaying them myself, but seeing what the Zoomers think of stuff I played as a kid. Like seeing Gargura play Super Metroid. That's a treat. You know, because I was beating that game like almost certainly before she was born, and seeing her struggle with it, it's funny. And I'm not throwing shade at her way. She's 3 million times bigger than I'll ever be, but yeah, it was fun seeing her play that one. Can you tell I watch a lot of HoloLive? That's kind of the thing. It's like, what will I talk about? Well, what won't I talk about? Like, I talked about who I watch on stream. People think I'm a big dweeb, but it's like, you know, when you need to talk through these stuff you didn't think you'd talk about just kind of comes out because you're looking for the content. I have to admit that. So what are we going on to? Almost a half hour? Alright. Well, you know, I think I will call it here. You know, see how the recording came out, probably upload it, and go from there. So, see you all Friday for Dread. Yeah, I don't think I'll be recording anything else before then. Have a good one. Bye.